Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're ranking the top 5 best cards at each position here in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM right now. And I will say some of these positions don't have any like cheap cards on the list, which is kind of a shame, but that's kind of how the game is right now. I am just ranking the best of the best at each position, not repeating any players. So a guy like, I'll use Scottie Pippen as an example. Elite small forward, elite shooting guard. He's not on both lists. So we do have 25 unique cards on the list, but to be fair, a lot of them are not particularly attainable for the average player, which is a shame. But I just want to put this list out there, and we'll do one with like budget cards or attainable cards or whatever here shortly. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Number 5 at the point guard position. I gotta say, this is a card probably most people don't think would be this high on the list, but it's Jordan Clarkson. He is a 6'5" PG. Love his moving crossover. Love his jump shot. The fact that he doesn't have an elite fade doesn't matter anymore, really, very much anyway, because fades are certainly not part of the meta the way that they were a couple weeks ago. He's a very, very good slasher with a 90 driving dunk, and he's a competent, solid, well-rounded defender too. I think this card, I know it's weird to have an Amethyst at number 5 on this list probably. I think he is awesome. I'm a big fan of Jordan Clarkson. He's one of the few guys also that can actually score the ball at the point guard position right now. I think he's number 5, legitimately. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. I'm not including hidden gems, by the way. Keep that in mind on this list. So guys like Dyson Daniels, Michael Carter-Williams, they're great point guards. They're not included on this list. So keep that in mind. Number 4 is going to be Ron Harper. If you love defense, you're going to love Ron Harper. He also has a good jump shot and Paul George escape, so that's a nice little plus as well, but he's not the most insane card. Doesn't have, or offensively is not the most insane card anyway. Only has like an 83 ball, 80 driving dunk, but he's a 6'6", great defensive point guard. And I think that provides a lot of value. Good spot up offensively, has good size, and then defensively, he is absolutely elite, very switchable, very versatile for a point guard. I think he's a great card, and I think he is number 4. Number 3, this may be a controversial pick. I have not yet used this card, but from what I have seen and what I have looked at, I do not actually think Jokic is that amazing. I'm not going to go into specific detail showing very many cards on this list, but I will with Jokic, because the reason I say this, he's not a great slasher. He's got a 70 vert, 78 perimeter, terrible steal and block rating, 85 agility is pretty good, but he's missing a lot of defensive badges. He's not going to have all the defensive badges you want, even if you do add like handles for days and then 4 defensive badges to the card. And honestly, his jumper sucks too. Like, his jumper's on normal and it's not a good shot. He's just 6'11" at the point guard position. Now, Paul George escape is nice, but let's be completely honest here. This Jokic card, I think, is so meh. The honest truth is, I'm just mad that they put him in the game, because we don't need point guard. We don't need 6'10", 6'11" point guards in October. But the honest truth is, he's actually not as good as I thought he would be. His height still makes him one of the best point guards of the game, but honestly, I think 3 is probably the right spot for him. Number 2, and this card also got better post-patch, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Solid defensively, but really a great offensive card. He's a very solid finisher. He's got a really nice release. His movement is pretty good. Another guy who doesn't have a ridiculous fade, so that was also a nice little plus for him post-patch. And I think he's good enough defensively as well. Being 6'6" with decent defensive stats and pretty good badges as well. Like, I think he's a really good card. I think he's number 2 on the list. But my favorite point guard in the game, best point guard in the game right now, is Devin Booker. He's the best offensive PG in my team. He's also still 6'6" and quality enough defensively, 78 interior, pretty good perimeter stats. I think he's awesome. He's the best shot creator at the point guard position as well, and his jumper is elite too. Even with no great fade, he's still an awesome card. Back when fades were elite, this card, if he had come out pre-patch, would have been like the best card in the game, period. That being said, I still think he's the best point guard in my team, so I got him at number 1. At the small forward position, at the number 5 spot, we have Andrew Wiggins. This Wiggins card is, I mean, 6'8" with a money jumper, 97 driving dunk, versatile defense. He's got no real off the dribble ability, but if you love shooting, slashing, and defense, he's going to give you all 3 of those things at a very high level. I think Wiggins is really good. Number 5 is totally fair. Number 4, a new card that came out yesterday, Desmond Bane. Yes, he's only 6'5", but he's got good movement, good defense. He's got a great jumper. He's got great shooting stats and badges. He's much more complete than I anticipated as a slasher and as a defender as well. That card is really good, and he's pretty attainable too. I'm a big fan of Desmond Bane. Moving on to the number 3 spot, I'm going to go Tracy McGrady. He's like 4 million MC to lock in, maybe a little less than that now, but still not at all worth locking in for how much it would cost. That being said, I do think he's pretty darn good. 6'8", jumper is not perfect, but it's good enough. Movement's pretty good. Slashing and defense is absolutely nasty at his size. I wouldn't even consider locking him in for the cost, but I do think he's a very good card. Number 2, kind of the same thing can be said, not as expensive as T-Mac, but still very expensive, Scottie Pippen. All these wild gem exchange cards and stuff like that, they're not worth locking in, but I do think Pippen is the second best. He's got Pro 2, which mattered a lot more prior to the patch, but his jumper's awesome. Movement's okay. Defense is awesome. He's got that Defox cross in the full court, which is nice. I don't think he's number one, but I do think he's pretty obviously number two. He's just an incredible two-way card, does everything well, besides, I guess, some of the dribbling. That being said, Dr. J is easily the best shooting guard on this list. Elite jumper, elite movement, elite slashing, elite defense, incredibly complete stat and badge-wise. He is an absolute monster. No-brainer best shooting guard in the game. I don't even think it's particularly close. Moving on to the small forward position, same thing. Diamond Alex English is going to be at number 5. This card is darn good. He's basically mellow. Now, jumper's on normal, not on quick. Mellow's jumper's on quick, but same jump shot. He's got a good escape with Curry escape. And I also think he's a versatile defender. He's 6'8". He's 90 driving dunk. He's just really well-rounded. Really good card. Again, super duper solid at the number 5 spot. Speaking of Carmelo Anthony, Melo's who I have at number 4. Not quite as good defensively as an Alex English, although if you do put badges on him defensively, he's not terrible. Offensively is where the card really shines, though. Again, great slasher, really nice release. And I mean really nice release. It's good on normal with Alex English. It's great on quick. Incredible shooting stats and badges as well, and the Kobe escape. He is a money offensive card, no doubt about it. Number 3, Xavier McDaniels. This card's a little overlooked, or McDaniel, I'm sorry, not McDaniels. Little overlooked. He's very expensive, so he's not underpriced. He's just a card people don't think about much because of how rare and how expensive he is. I do think he's an extremely good card. He's got a really nice release. He's a very good defender, great all-around stats and badges. I think he's super duper solid. The problem with this X-Man card is you're not getting him for less than like 800,000 MT. And to be totally honest, he's not probably worth that. And also, he's not going to be on the auction house pretty often because there's very rarely more than a couple even of the 41 Pink Diamond Wild Gems there are. There's only very rarely more than a couple of them even on the auction house. Glenn Rice is number 2. If you like versatility, I feel like Glenn Rice is your guy. He moves good. His jumper's awesome. He's a great slasher with half posterizer, and he's a versatile good defender too. He just does everything well. I really like this card. I think a lot of people overlooked him with the season 1 rewards, and honestly, I still think he's one of the best small forwards in the game. I got him at number 2. That being said, Kawhi is number 1. No dip jumper is absolutely butter. Defensively, he's a stud. He's got good escape, good behind the back, solid slasher. Really good card. He's the best defensive small forward on this list as well, and offensively, I think he's great too. I'm a huge fan of Kawhi. Still think he's one of the better cards in my team, even though he's a day 1 card. At the power forward position, number 5 is going to be Anthony Davis. I mean, he's 6'10", he's got a smooth jumper, very complete stats and badges, super quality defender. Doesn't have much by way of SIGs, not that that's the most important thing for a power forward, but he's a very solid card. It's just the power forward position's pretty loaded, so can't go higher than number 5 for him. Number 4 is gonna be Bob McAdoo. Awesome card, good jumper. Stats and badges are insane on him. He's got like a 70-something 3-ball, and then everything else is high 90s. That being said, he is only 6'9" at the power forward position, so he is kind of small. That's his biggest critique. His stats and badges are ridiculous, though. He's like a slightly smaller Dwight Howard, in all honesty, and his jumper's really good, too. He's another great card, but again, because he's a Pink Diamond Wild Gem, he's extremely rare and extremely expensive, so probably not worth picking up, but a very good card. Number 3, I'm gonna go Willis Reed. I really like Willis Reed. The one criticism I have of this card is he does not feel huge at power forward. He's listed at 6'10", and he doesn't look any bigger than it. Player build isn't insane. That being said, jumper's elite, defensive stats and badges are great, 90 standing and driving dunk as well. And when I say elite on the jumper, I mean elite. Maybe the best jump shot of any card on any of these positional lists in terms of a pure jump shot. He is just an incredible pick and popper. Love his shot. Moving on to the number 2 spot, I am going to go with Kevin Garnett. You would think KG would be number 1, but I'm going to be honest, his jumper is not that amazing anymore. I think a fully badged Willis could have an argument over KG. It's just KG's unbelievable stat and badge-wise. He is so complete and so good, but his jumper is mid. I mean, it absolutely is, and I think that's a completely valid criticism to make. So everything else is spectacular. I still think he's top 2. But I don't have him number 1 anymore, and the reason I don't have him number 1 anymore is because Jaren Jackson Jr. is the freaking best. Massive player build for a 6'10" player. I mean, he looks bigger than KG, even though he's listed an inch shorter. He's got a great wingspan at 7'4". He's fast, he's got a great jumper, he's an incredible defender, and he's a really good finisher too. That card is incredible. Easy number 1 for me. Honestly, I don't really got to think about it that much. And then the center position as well, also a pretty loaded spot. I'm going Dwight Howard at number 5. Honestly, Dwight is great at power forward or center. Again, kind of like Bob McAdoo. Unbelievable stats all the way across the board, a little bit undersized at center, but he's so big, fast, or I mean, he's not that tall, but he's so strong, fast, physical, and his jumper's really fast too. I really think Dwight is one of the best bigs in my team. He is a glitchy card at times, and does a lot of things really well at the power forward position for a pretty darn affordable price tag. I think Dwight's a beast. I think he's a little bit overlooked as well at the big man spot at times because he's really nice. Moving on to the number 4 spot, I am going to go with Jack Sikma, who is still an elite card. There's just a lot of good bigs now. 6'11", great jumper, very solid defender. 85 standing dunk isn't perfect, but it's not bad. He does get good dunk animations, I feel like. He's a nice card. He's really, really good. It's still a threat off the dribble. 80 speed is certainly good enough to be very, very solid still. I think he's a great card. I think he's one of the better options in the game at the center position. I think he is absolutely a guy who still has super solid longevity. The only reason I have him this low is because there's a lot of good bigs now, and because I guess 80 speed would probably be a little bit of a valid criticism. I don't know. He's still really good. I'm a big fan. Number 3, Chris Bosch. Honestly, Bosch and Sigma, you could go either way. Bosch is 88 speed, Sigma's 80. That's like the biggest difference between the two cards, honestly. Sigma's jumper's a little better. Bosch's stats overall are probably a little better. They're very close. They're very similar. Honestly, you could kind of go either way with them. I think they're both great cards, and I think they both, especially for being free, are guys that people should be using in their lineups because really, really good options, without a doubt. Next up at number 2, Joel Embiid. JoJo is just, he's cracked, man. 7-footer with like 90 speed, 93. Jumper's decent. His sigs aren't great, but he's so fast and big and versatile. He is such a really, really great card. Big fan of what Joel does on the court, and I think he's a card who definitely is going to have incredible longevity with that power forward eligibility as well. Even if they start to drop more and more centers that are available, and I say available because our number 1 card on this list is not available. But even if they drop more and more of those guys, I do think that Joel is going to continue to be a really, really good card for quite a while. That being said, speaking of unavailable, I do think Wemby's the best center in the game. That being said, I've seen like one of him on the auction house so far. Between the two consoles, it's kind of insane in all honesty how rare he is as a card. It's because he's one of 41 Pink Diamond Wild Gems in packs that people aren't opening, and with terrible Pink Diamond odds. So it's not shocking or weird particularly that he's as rare as he is. I would love to try him at some point for a gameplay or something, and maybe I will, I don't know, but he's certainly, as good as he is, not a card that's worth opening packs for. I mean, we are committed to that pack strike at this point, and I hope that the community can stick to that, because cards like Wemby, they're just not must needs, and they're so hard to get anyways. You know what I mean? Even if you're spending a bunch of money, like, there's no guarantee whatsoever that you could even get close to a guy like Wemby with how expensive he is. So he's technically the best center in the game, I do think, at 7'4" with how glitchy he is and all that, but nobody's even, like, the card doesn't exist basically. So I am still putting him at number 1 though, because I think that's the rightful spot for him on the list. That being said, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.